Hi there, my name's Sean, and I want to talk about the Angry Beavers. Today, we're getting an accidental biology lesson with Salmon Sez, an episode about misunderstanding, miscommunication, and one truly painful chalkboard lesson.
Smashing property!
We open at dawn. The forest is calm, the river gently moving, and inside the beaver dam, Norb and Dag are sound asleep. Even the way that they sleep tell you who they are. Dag is buried under his blanket like a dropped cadaver. Norbert, meanwhile, is tucked in neatly on his back, blanket folded with precision. A heavy impact slams into the dam and the walls shudder. The floors creak and Norb jolts awake as the entire structure shakes around them.
Dag. What are you doing up there, wrestling a bison?
That wasn't me, Norb.
Dag insists that it wasn't him, and before Norb can respond, another hit sends both brothers tumbling out of bed. Dag assumes the local badgers are back at it again, throwing rocks at the dam. He throws open the window to yell back.
Like lumber, limos!
Instead of badgers, Dag is instantly buried up to his neck in salmon pouring through the open window. The river outside is packed wall to wall with fish, all surging upstream at once. Inside, Norb scrambles to scoop salmon off the floor, tossing them back out the window or down the floor hatch into the river. He's confused, but calm. Dag, on the other hand, though, takes it pretty personally.
I was just minding my own business, and that floppy gill tried to eat me.
Norb wonders why the salmon are behaving so strangely, and Dag just assumes that they're probably plotting something. As debris rains from the ceiling, Dag locks into an us or them mentality. He gears up for combat, donning his old sports padding from up all night, and storms outside to fight the salmon head on.
You want a piece of trouble? Come to Papa.
Dag boxes with the fish as they try to continue their way upstream, but despite being nonverbal and purely instinct-driven, the salmon consistently outmaneuver him. They knock him around, overwhelm him, and then ignore him entirely as they try to continue their journey. Back inside, Norb argues for reason.
I agree we have to save our home, but I don't think we have to bait up the salmon to do it. They've always been our buds.
To prove his point, Norb pulls out a chart labeled Beaver's Natural Enemies Quick Reference Chart. Bears, wolves, speedboats, falling trees, semi-trucks, vicious banana slugs all populate the list, but salmon? They're nowhere on the list. Dag doesn't care though. He's convinced that the salmon have evolved into beaver-hating maniacs.
These water breathers are messing around with the wrong end of the food leash.
His next plan involves camouflage. Dag emerges from the closet wearing a full salmon suit, proudly announcing that he's going undercover.
Great, he's got a plan.
Dag's plan is to infiltrate the salmon and pick them off one by one using a plunger gun like a harpoon. Norb can only watch in horror.
Daggett, the way your brain works is frightening.
Dag swims along the riverbed in full camouflage and lines up a shot. And unfortunately for Dag, he's immediately slammed into by a passing fish. The plunger fires wildly, launching out of the water and nailing a duck mid-flight. The duck flies off in fury, dragging Dag with it by the rope until he's yanked into a tree and left tangled and defeated. Got back inside the dam, Norb is calmly working on electronics, assembling a microphone setup. Outside, the sound of a truck backing up echoes throughout the forest. It's Daggett driving a cement truck. Norb rushes out, begging Dag to stop. Maybe, just possibly, pouring cement into the river is not a great idea.
You are so naive. Desperate times call for desperateness. Suck concrete, finheads!
Dag pulls the lever. Cement floods the river, freezing everything in place. The salmon become statues, locked mid-leap. Dag strips off his uniform and dances across the hard river in triumph.
Hail to me, Daggett, ruler of the river! Viva la beaver!
Naturally, the cement can't hold. It cracks apart under the current, breaking like ice. Dag slips, fish rocket past them, and one large salmon knocks him straight into the truck controls. Cement pours down the chute and directly into Dag's open mouth until his weight sends him plunging into the river, sinking like a stone. The brothers regroup inside the dam just as a news report catches their attention. A human reporter hovers overhead in a helicopter. The report explains that the salmon are migrating upstream to spawn. Unfortunately, since the last run, Norb and Dag have built their dam directly on a choke point of the river.
Wow, what a dump!
Dag, that's our house.
Cool! We're on TV.
Trying to understand spawning, Dag rolls out a chalkboard and determines it's probably an acronym: Smashing Property and Whomping Norb. Refusing to risk Norbert's life, Dag decides to call in reinforcements.
It's time to call out
The bears!
The bears?
Grizzly bears!
He lures a group of grizzly bears with promises of unlimited salmon. When they arrive at the river, the salmon are gone, having followed Norb's plan. Inside the dam, Norb has successfully made contact. Using his microphone setup, he negotiates directly with the salmon. A full treaty is drawn up that the Salmon King signs and Norb signs before Dag bursts in.
Norb! What in Daniel Boone's mossy undies are you doing?
Dag tears down his own barricades and reopens the door to summon the bears, expecting chaos. Instead, the bears sign the treaty too. Defeated, Dag agrees to sign, but demands an explanation. Norb leans in and whispers what spawning actually means.
It means... Whisper, 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 whisper.
Ew, gross!
The solution is revealed. A system of chutes and water slides routes salmon safely through the dam. One salmon even gives Dag a quick kiss on the way by. In the final beat, a knocking echoes from the floor hatch. Dag opens it despite Norb's warning, and a geyser of salmon eggs erupts into the room, followed by the sound of crying fish babies. Peace and tranquility, once again destroyed. Salmon Sez works because it builds its chaos on misunderstanding. The salmon are never villains, they're just doing what they've always done. Dag's inability to separate instinct from intent drives every escalation, while Norb represents patience, logic, and communication. The episode wrings comedy out of that contrast again and again, pushing Dag's solutions further into absurdity while Norb's approach always stays grounded.
Those little fish spooty salmons have revolved into beaver-hating maniacs.
Revolved. You mean evolved, don't you?
Whatever.
For a lot of viewers, this is the episode where the word spawning first entered their vocabulary without explanation. It lands like one of those half-understood facts you picked up from a Scholastic Book Fair pamphlet or a grainy classroom nature video wheeled in on one of those TV cards. As kids, it was confusing, but as adults, it's hilarious that Nickelodeon let this sail straight on through. Beyond the innuendo, the episode sticks because it captures a very real feeling. When something disrupts your life and you don't understand why, it's easy to assume hostility where none really existed in the first place.
Yes, my geniusness amazes me too, brother. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some infiltrating to do.
Salmon Sez is a reminder that not every problem is a personal attack. Sometimes the world isn't against you. Sometimes it's just passing through. Dag's war on the salmon only ends once he understands what's actually happening. And that understanding is the difference between needless conflict and a solution that lets everyone move forward.
I've been spawned!
So what do you think? Did Salmon Sez confuse you as a kid, or was this a National Geographic lesson you weren't expecting to learn? Let me know down below. I'm covering episodes of The Angry Beavers and Rocko's Modern Life every week. So if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.